extra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
Taken in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now we see quarterback Drew Brees and his New Orleans offense set to go on attack here for the first time.
Total relentlessness of consistency. Almost like a machine. If you watch him in practice after every throw, he resets his feet, visualizes all the other options on a play. So if he has to do it in a game, it's already there, has the muscle memory. I started calling him AI for artificial intelligence. Whatever a defense does during a game, he absorbs it and then uses it against them as the game moves on.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
First down, Saints.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10.
At their 36-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw, Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Delayed game, offense.
What you talking about, man?
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. To throw is Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
Bridgewater's pass.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no. But in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. And if you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
New Orleans.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Breeze. Sanders has it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
On the carry.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Breeze pass.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now Breeze on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
The kick is good. Makes the score Saints 3. Panthers.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again.
And, of course, you wondered who would be that team this year to get the number 2 seed because, remember, as we all know in the past, they'd be home on the couch right now getting ready for the divisional round.
That is an excellent point. Instead now, they're playing for their playoff lives, and they can't worry about the idea that, well, in the past, we wouldn't be playing this weekend. The bottom line is, as the number 2 seed, you do have to play. The good thing, you have the home field advantage. They need to go ahead and play to that level.
And you just know that before the season, they were like everybody else thinking, 7 playoff teams, yeah, add an extra one. That sounds great. And then you find out, wait, we're the number 2 seed that has a disadvantage. Not as happy right now.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Panthers nothing. Michael Palardy on to punt for the Panthers.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out now comes the offense back onto the field.
And a lot of talk about these 2 versus 7 games this year in the playoffs, something that we've never had before. And this one of now 6 games on Wild Card Weekend. But, we've seen the 6 seed in the past make a run, Charles, so why not the number 7 seed?
And I'm still getting used to hearing 2 versus 7. It's still taking me a little bit of time to get comfortable with it. But that's a great point that you just made. 6 seeds have made big runs in the playoffs, have run themselves all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't think there's much difference between a 6 and a 7, so we could see the same thing with this new playoff system.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. From the gun, it's Breeze. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Taken down at the 40.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Alvin Kamara, the ball.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Kamara.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
At the 39.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Breeze. The open man is Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
And the
So remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Brian Burns able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey.
It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 76 yards. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach is talking off.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Breeze finding Kamara. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's pulled in at the 32. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. He's going to look deep for more. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, it's Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
He's going to look deep for more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
The Saints take over first and 10.
Now on first down. But he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. And even 40 yards. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can find only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. Second and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a second and 2 now from the 33. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 59 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-round?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Looking long for Thomas. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Michael Thomas, 50 yards. And the Saints have moved out in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Pass complete here to Sanders, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brees. And that will be incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding.
The kick is good. Makes the score Saints 24, Panthers 14.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And here now the offense heading back out there.
If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Good.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
3 yards to go on 2nd down. And they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
This is caught, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback and pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
21.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence. Because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
30. First down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 20.